What's going on, everybody? How's the week going? Glad to be back.
What's up, everybody? Good to be back on the podcast. It's been a while.
Hell yeah. Missed you. I
One
like
step at
what you
a
did
time.
there. Sounds like
Yeah.
playing.
So with the RC boats, I mean, I know people have been using them for a long time. People have converted the typical hobby shop boats into bait deployment devices, if you will, because that's really what they are more than anything. But I actually didn't know until I was talking to you guys about it earlier that some states actually don't even allow you to do that. Luckily for yeah,
Interesting.
some states have regulation against you using a remote controlled boat to deploy your bait, as well as rules and regulation against you utilizing the boat as a part of you catching the fish. I guess there was a problem where people were buying these giant RC boats and taking bait way out into the surf with them, and then actually using the boat to bring the fish back. I thought that was pretty interesting. Um, Definitely some pros and cons with the RC boats. I mean, obviously, some of them, the more expensive units I've seen up with them, well in the $1,000 to $2,000 range. They've got like built-in fish finders that network with your phone, and it's literally like having a Garmin Lake View on an RC boat. It's actually kind of crazy.
Pretty fire. Pretty
Yeah,
fire. I
yeah.
saw one just the other day when I was out surf fishing in Volano Sunday morning right after all those storms rolled through. I was on the phone with you. Yeah, it was
Yeah, I
crazy to
know.
see.
That's
It's
what kind
crazy to
of
see. I mean,
that's kind
perfect
of
day for it. Probably. I mean, they probably had like 6 rods over there in a line, 8. So they were
yeah,
they were
probably
big
sharp
timers.
fishing. Yeah, that's kind of what got Nick and I started on this conversation the other day. Nick was telling me all about this boat they had, and he's like, "Dude, we need a boat, but not like an actual boat. That too, but we need an RC boat." And I started looking into it, and I'm like, "Man, this is actually kind of feasible. If we go out there on a day where the surf is only like 1 to 2 feet." I mean,
Yeah.
those RC boats are made for stuff like that. You take your bait out there 200, 300 yards and come back with it. I mean, that's a no brainer. You got to think about the layout of the terrain you're fishing in under the water when you're fishing on the beach. I mean, you've got where your waves are breaking. You've got your first little trough there, then your sandbar, and then it drops off pretty decent. If you can get past the sandbar, I mean, that's ideal. Yep.
I probably wouldn't take it out there if the waves are more than man, 2 feet would be a stretch. I mean, you can walk it out past the breakers or just time it right, but yeah, it'd have to be calm out there like it was the other day, where it was only like 1 footers, and at least if there's shore break, it's right there.
The only drawbacks with the RC boats are really that. I mean, they're super weather dependent, you know.
Hmm.
batteries are going to be a huge deal. It doesn't matter what the company markets, and Alex, you can probably attest to this because you bring your equipment out to the beach with us all the time. Battery corrosion and rust are inevitable, no matter what electronic you bring out there. And battery life and range is another deal. I mean, you go 1 foot out of range with that boat, and it's just not coming back. Yep, it's there until it gets washed back in, and then you better pray it doesn't sink.
Yeah, that'd be the worst thing. Yeah.
Yep.
What do you want? You doing the weather? Or are you gonna do the tides? Okay. All right, go for it. Send her. Is it? Yeah, everybody do audio check real quick. Everybody's good. Good
It
mics,
sounded
good
sound,
comms, good comms.
sounded fine to me.
There we go. All right, I got it fixed now. It was on the wrong device. Sorry about that, you guys. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing the weekend forecast. We're gonna get into it here. We do it for St. Augustine, Florida, or Volano Beach, right there by St. Augustine, Florida. We got a low tide at 4:44 a.m. in the morning, and then a high tide at 10:43 a.m., and then a low tide again at 4:23 p.m. Sun is at a maximum UV of 8, which is very, very high. Make sure you guys are wearing sunblock or
Crispy.
UV clothing. Absolutely. We got a sunrise at 6:26 a.m. and then we got a sunset at 8:18 p.m. Overall, it's the waves aren't looking too bad at all. 1 to 2 foot waves, perfect for taking an RC boat out there, if you will. Wind is looking pretty awesome. It's coming from the west southwest pretty much all day. It's going to be 6 to 10 mile an hour until about noon, and then it's going to drop to 1 mile an hour, and then slowly picking back up towards the later in the evening. The weather is looking absolutely phenomenal all weekend. Nice and sunny.
Nice.
We're gonna be having a low of looks like 74 and then a high of 88. So beautiful weather. Not too much wind. Not too much.
Pretty solid.
Waves. Yeah, I mean overall. Then
What about Monday for Memorial Day?
For Memorial Day, well, hang on. I gotta skip Sunday now.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Sunday, tides are looking the same. Low tide at 5 in the morning. High tide at noon. Low tide again at 5 p.m. Sun again is at a full 8. And then we're going to be looking at, let's check the surf. Yeah, 1 to 2 foot waves pretty much all day. The wind's going to be a little heavier on Sunday, but not too bad until about noon. And then it'll drop back down to 4 or 5 miles an hour. Pretty good overall. Weather's looking beautiful as always. 74 degrees, high of 89 degrees. So pretty great. And then, yeah, that Monday, Memorial Day, is coming up. We're going to be looking at it's looking crispy, honestly. We're going to be looking at a low tide of 6:17 a.m., and that's going to correlate with the sunrise. Always a good thing. You guys know we say that. And then we're going to be looking at a high tide of 12:15 p.m., and then a low tide again at 6:01 p.m. So looking awesome there. Sun's going to be out pretty much all weekend, it looks like, honestly. It looks like it's going to be pretty much, a maximum of 8 all weekend. Surf on Monday, we're going to be looking at 1 to 2 foot waves, so pretty calm weekend overall. And then we're going to be looking at, pretty much the same winds, 6 to 12 miles an hour until about noon. It's going to drop off, and then it'll pick back up later in the evening. Weather, absolutely gorgeous. It's going to be low of 74 and then a high of 91. So honestly, this weekend is looking beautiful. If you guys are looking out there to get out there and do some surf fishing, like Mike with Get Out the House Go Fish says, get out the house, go fish. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, he's in the chat here. What's up, Mike? But if you guys haven't checked out his channel, definitely do
Mike.
it. But I definitely recommend this weekend you get out the house, go fish, do some surf fishing.
Heck yeah, I think that's what everybody's trying to do at this point. It's going to be a good weekend for it.
Honestly, it's looking perfect. And just as a general rule of thumb, I don't like fishing on the weekends, or especially the holiday weekends, because that's when everyone and their brother's out there fishing because everyone has off. But man,
That's why we're gonna have to possibly go in the kayaks.
it's
You know what I'm
looking
saying?
saucy.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
I
dude.
mean,
That surf forecast is kind of.
Kind of saucy.
well, it's
That's
all about getting out there early before everybody, really.
well, yeah. That's what I was talking to you guys about the other day in the group chat. If anything, if that ended up being the move, I mean, that's like a get out there at. You have to be out there at 6 o'clock.
Oh yeah, you got to be
I'd do
on
it.
the beach, lines in the water, 6 a.m. because you got to stake that spot out.
Yeah, I'd do it. Think I won't.
I mean, you might be late.
You want
I'd
to
do.
see me
You
do it
know,
again?
I'll do it again.
Alex, how many weeks has it been since you've gone fishing, Mister?
Oh, we don't got to talk about that.
Oh no!
We don't got to talk about
Don't do it.
that.
Damn.
No, we don't got to talk about that.
Damn. Hey, well, just remember that.
Dana, I'm sorry to hear you got your left arm and right hand in a cast. Hope
Oh,
everything's
no.
all right. Hope you're doing all
Hope it's a
right.
good cast.
Hey, there you go. No, but I hope you're doing all right, man. And hopefully we'll be able to put out some nice content for you to watch while you're recovering.
Yeah, everybody's just kind of been busy. Bunch of stuff going on. We're just trying to make some time.
trying
get
to
out
do
there
the
and go
dang
do
thing.
the dang thing, Hey, Jinx.
Jinx, you owe me a fishing trip.
Oh,
Shoot. Been trying.
So we
Last Sunday.
talked. That is true, actually. So we talked about the we talked about the RC drone. Do you guys want to talk about? Or I'm sorry, the RC boat for surf fishing. You guys want to talk about some drones?
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So there's quite a few attachments out there for your drone, where you just press a little
Yeah.
button and it opens a little lever. You put your line in it, closes it, and those hook on to pretty much any drone. It's a universal system for most of them, which I think is pretty jazzed.
You know what's
jazzy.
cool about those?
They break? I don't know.
No, you could 3D print them.
No way.
Oh, that's true. You could.
Mm-hmm.
Not the whole drone, but you know what I'm talking about.
I mean, you technically could, I suppose.
Alex knows what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. They have those that you can get where it's just the like the attachment you can put on pretty much any drone. And then they have fishing drones themselves, which are coming in at quite a pretty penny. I don't know. Have you guys seen how much those fishing drones, like you see on YouTube and stuff? Have you seen how much those things cost?
1,200 to 2,000.
Dallas does.
Yep. You must have been looking at them.
I looked earlier. I was like, huh. I wonder which one of my organs I could get rid of.
Right? Do I really need a
Purchase.
second kidney? Like, come on.
Nah, dude. I mean, just buy a whole fleet of those drones
Call it a day.
and, catch 12-foot tiger sharks off the beach. No big deal.
No, yeah.
Yeah, because it looked like somebody did that locally around here too, like last week.
Yeah, I know quite a
He
few
was off
people that
Jack's
use
Beach.
them. I know quite a few people that use them here locally to catch big
He
sharks.
actually kayaked his bait out.
You won't catch me doing that at night, buddy. There ain't no way.
No.
At least that's what I believe I read. I think Owen kayaked that bait out
I mean,
in the dark.
the cheapest one I'm looking on my phone right here to see. The cheapest one I'm seeing is like $1,100 to get a surf fishing drone that really takes it out there. That's insane. $1,100?
Yeah,
a
and
lot
I
of
don't
money.
know about you guys, but I don't know if I'm flying my $1,100 drone over the ocean. And,
Yeah, see, when you put it
Yeah.
that way, I don't think I would either.
It's like, hey, here's $1,000.
Dude.
What are you gonna do with it? I'm
Yeah.
gonna go fly it over the ocean. It's like,
yeah, I mean, anything can fail. It's just a matter of when. So, I mean, yeah, that wouldn't be worth it. For other reasons, if you're like flying over land and all that stuff, like other drone activities, probably gonna be more useful there. Plus, like, what's up with the airspace at like flying at the beach? If there's a bunch of people, I don't think you can fly them.
well, so you're not allowed to fly over people or vehicles, technically. But I do know that there's different regulations, and as long as you're within the appropriate airspace, you can technically fly. You just have to watch what's below you in case it drops.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. It's not that huge of a deal on the beach as long as you're going straight out and straight back.
Well, and a lot of them have a homing feature too. Like you fly it out there and then you just press a little button, it comes right back to you, which is pretty cool.
Right, and that's kind of what I was thinking. I mean, even if, we'll use my drone as an example, you bought a little $150 drone and you 3D printed one of those little attachments where you can, it's like a slit, you know what I'm talking about? You slide your line in it and then you get out there and you just give your line a little tug and it comes out.
Right. It's like a
And then
little
you just,
yeah,
it's
quick
like a quick
release.
disconnect.
Right.
And then you just press the homing button on your drone and it comes back. But, the the real kicker with that is how much pressure does your drone take before it spirals out of control and falls in the water?
Right.
Like, is the quick release really gonna work, or is that just gonna throw off the gyro in your drone and send it into the abyss?
Oh, that'd be horrible.
Not to mention, like, God forbid you get your line wrapped up in the propeller.
I was gonna say though too, what if like it's pulling out there, you got the bail open, it's pulling line, and then all of a sudden you just get like a wind knot, and then it gets taut, and it just like like jerks the drone back enough, and it messes up all the balance and everything.
I think
No, dude, there's just too many variables.
Drag all the way down.
I don't know for how fast those things fly.
Yeah, they go pretty quick, Nick. You know that because you've actually raced my drone, and I mean it was chasing you down, dude.
Yeah, dude, that was terrifying. It was fun though. I just needed to know for research purposes.
Just how fast
cool,
the drones are.
On a closed
Yeah,
course.
I mean, yeah, professionals only on a closed course.
Do not try this at home.
For legal reasons.
Oh yeah, well, I mean you could, but it's whatever.
The purpose of this conversation is educational only.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. So we went over drones, we went over RC drones and RC boats. What other technologies have you guys seen in fishing?
Oh man.
I saw a guy that had a kayak with a Mercury 450R and a Garmin Lakeview on the front.
That's too much. That's too much. On a kayak, just buy a boat at that point, dude.
I know y'all have seen the little photoshops. One of the is it a kayak or a John boat with like
That's what I'm talking
Mercury
about.
3? Oh yeah, with the
It's
the
a
big
450R.
Oh yeah.
That motor would sink the kayak, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I guarantee you someone has something like that around here.
We're in Florida. People have everything here.
Dude, yeah. Like those little mud boats that do that. However, we must stick to the topics. Then
I mean, technically that would be technology. That would be technology, like
I mean, Deeper's been sick. I don't know really like what other things kind of compete with that. GoPros, yeah, that's definitely been a thing.
I know you guys have seen the videos where people will scout out fishing spots by hooking up a line to a GoPro and throwing it out.
Yeah, I have seen that.
I mean,
honestly,
that's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. It's a great way to see what kind of structure you're working with too, if the water's clear enough. Or I mean, if you got good fresh saltwater or good fresh water, it's not like murky bottom. You'll be able to see where beds are, maybe even where fish hang out. But you can't really direct it, so that's kind of the only problem.
Yeah, but think about it in the surf, right? So like, you could hook up. In theory, you could hook up a GoPro onto a one of those slide swivels or even a snap swivel, and you could put it on like a fish finder rig and attach. Well, not fish finder because it wouldn't float, but regardless, you could attach it to something floating, and you could essentially cast it out with like a popping cork even hooked to it. And if you had a way to let line out and let the GoPro go down and float at a certain depth, you could use that to target schools of fish.
Oh yeah, like it's just cool that there's stuff out here like this that just makes it easier. Another nice little advantage.
Yeah, you attach a bobber or a popping cork where you would attach a Sputnik or a pyramid on your fish finder rig, and then you cast it out so that something is, maintaining buoyancy against the GoPro. That way, your GoPro is always oriented in a position where it's looking around itself and not facing, directly up or down.
Well, you could use like a 360 camera to do that too, and just kind of like.
Ooh, that would be pretty sick. I don't know if they make them like waterproof like that yet.
Yeah, GoPro. Yeah, but GoPros. I mean, I'm pretty sure all the 360 cameras are waterproof up to like 30 feet.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you just take one of those, even to your point, a 360 camera, and on a day where the sun's out and the water's clear, I mean, you should have pretty good visibility.
Yeah, it's
But maybe,
Yeah, I mean, there's like Nick was saying and like Mike was saying, I use Deeper, which is just a castable sonar, the world's first castable sonar, in fact.
Ooh, very nice.
And yeah, I mean that's been pretty monumentous for me. Not only for exploring the lakes around my area that are not realistic for you to take a boat out there and kind of plot with a boat sonar, but to cast your Deeper out there and have a bathymetric map of the lake itself and be able to plot and the depth and everything. It's awesome.
Yeah, been a while since we've used it.
Yeah. And, I mean, I use it on the kayak usually when I go out because it's the easiest and most cost-effective method of having a sonar on a kayak. There's no wires, there's no drilling, there's no battery. It's a self-contained unit. Put it right there. They've even got a little attachment that can go on your kayak. I actually gave one away. And it goes right on your kayak, and boom, sonar right on your kayak. No setup, no wires, no drilling, no external battery, no nothing.
Yeah, and we've talked about it before. That is also a very nice accessory to add to a kayak. It just gives you that much extra advantage.
yeah, no doubt. I mean, really, anything that you can do, for the most part, electronically on a kayak is better than nothing. I mean, having sonar or fish finders or, anything that could further inhibit ease of access is definitely ideal.
Absolutely. I mean, everything that you can use to get more information of where the fish are, what the underwater structure looks like. I mean, it's one of those things that you can use all that info. And I've had people tell me before in the past, it's like, oh, having a sonar, having a Deeper is cheating. It's like, how is it cheating? Everyone on a boat has a sonar. That doesn't mean you're going to catch fish.
Yeah.
Just because you know where the fish are doesn't mean you're going to catch them.
You know how many times that we've seen people in boats they're fishing an area that we're thinking, damn, that'd probably be real nice in a boat. Definitely be catching something. And then they're in and out of there in like, I don't know, 30 minutes while we're catching fish.
Yep.
Seen it a lot. So, that's why
I mean,
timing's important, bait's important.
I got
Style
stuck in a boat
is
not
important.
long ago.
Oh.
Oh, no.
And
Oh, no.
yeah, I mean, Nick,
sucks.
you've seen the boat. It's got all the electronics a man could want.
Yeah, I mean, and it sucks because it's even more involved with a boat. Like the kayak's still a good bit involved, but it's a lot cheaper. But then, you're limited. Everything has its realm, and its parameters that you can use it for. I definitely. What do we want to talk about? What are we doing here? Not in a bad way. Like we're all here, fellas. I don't know why I said that. It's not the exact choice of words I was going for. My bad. But what do the people want, man?
What are we even doing here, man?
Want?
What's the point of life?
I know what the people want.
Cake?
Please tell.
They want
Ice cream?
They want a cooler converted into a live well.
I did see that.
I mean, in what world could you argue anything better than that if you were going to go do something like extreme pier fishing, or you were going to be on the beach all day and want to fish with live bait?
Yeah, I mean,
Especially
bait's
if you
solid.
can. I mean, most of those like you can build one for cheaper, than you
That's what
can
I'm
buy
talking
one.
about, building one.
Yeah, because you can buy them for like $500 or $600, but that one you can build for like basically the cost of the cooler and like an aerator and a couple of other things. Like it's a percentage of the cost, like a incredibly small percentage of the overall cost of an actual one that comes pre-built.
Yeah, and I mean, there's so many different things you can do with it. I mean, you can put in LED lights if you're gonna night fish with live bait. You can put filtration systems on them because, as we all
I was
know,
about to
and
say, as we all know, live wells get nasty.
yeah, and Nick and I found out the hard way when we, you know, decided to keep a bunch of mullet and mud minnows in a bucket
Oh no.
overnight.
Oh
They
man.
crap a lot.
Yeah, that was pretty messy. I mean, it's tough because I think I put ice in there. We had the aerator going the whole time. Yeah, definitely did not work. Because when did we use that? Was that the morning that we like on my birthday when we went
That
out
was the
to?
night before your birthday when we went to Moultrie and
Oh
half of our mullet died.
no, didn't we go to? I thought we went to Matanzas Inlet.
No, we went to Moultrie and we went out there
Oh, and got some more bait.
and we got the bait, and then we went to Matanzas Inlet, the next morning and
Mm.
got mega skunked.
Mm-hmm. Ah, dude, we got skunked so bad. Oh, it was so bad. That
Yeah.
current just rips through there. I'm sure it's a good spot, but that current just rips through there. You got to get there before everybody else does.
Yep, you do, and you have to fish from the bridge most of the time. If you can't fish from the bridge and you can't you can't grab bottom from the shore, then you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'm trying to think of some more surf fishing or just like overall fishing because we got the RC boat, the RC drone, the deeper. Dana in the comments was talking about. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's basically a small camera that the fishing line itself is like wire, like a video, and as you cast out, like your line is the contained unit, and it transmits directly to the reel. And gives you all like the live feed and whatnot underwater to see what's biting. I have seen that; those are pretty cool.
I believe I saw that video just the other night on YouTube, and he had like a screen on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that black rod, and he was on that pier.
Yep.
Huh, that's the same one. Look at that. Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, you know how expensive that'd be, and then imagine still
God,
not catching something with that.
Breaks off. Oh, I got bit off. I lost.
Yeah, I lost my camera. Now I gotta go buy a whole.
Now I have I have a really expensive fishing wire, UV line. That would be my only concern.
I'm just
with
putting
that.
my other reel back on it.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, they have bobbers that kind of do the same thing as deeper too now, which I was seeing not long ago. I think it's called like iBobber or something like that.
Yep.
It'd be kind of cool on like a pop and cork setup, if it wasn't
Yeah.
heavy. Like if it was still pretty light.
Yeah, apparently some companies that manufacture popping corks, and I know that glow in the dark bobbers have been a thing for a long time, but
Yeah.
I guess some species of fish are actually attracted to the light that emits from those.
Well, that makes sense, honestly, because they, glow in the dark stuff looks very similar to like bioluminescence, so it could definitely attract them because of that.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with like a dock light,
Right. Just a little mini dock light, basically, right over your bait. Yeah, Get Out the House Go Fish says, how about those electronic lures that make the lure swim like a real fish?
Yeah.
I'd probably also never buy it, but those do look
just
really
too expensive
cool.
for it
Yeah, that's
to
the
get
problem.
lost.
It's the problem.
If you can't work the bait yourself, and get good.
Lock in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta lock in.
And get serious about it. Learn, put in the time, take the effort, and figure out what you need to do and what you need to learn. But because I saw a bunch of those at ICAST last year, and they were really cool. They were awesome to look at. But it seemed like, honestly, to me personally, that seemed like one of those deals that's almost snake oil. Like
Yeah.
it's a great idea, it's a good idea, but in all practicality, it's like I don't know.
Like, is it really worth it?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I have trouble, and I don't know, maybe I'm just a peasant, but I have trouble when, I'm throwing out those $15, $20 mirror lures, Yuzuri swim bait lures like Nick and I were that one time at Little Talbot Island up by the bridge. And, getting bit off on one of those or losing one of those, that hurts, man.
I just
that
lost
hurts.
a spoon when I was out there Sunday because I guess a wind knot formed in the reel.
That's
like as
tragic.
the lure's going out towards the horizon. Just beautiful cast, and yeah, it definitely got real tight real quick, all knotted up, and then yoink, and then there went the lure, just perfect arc, perfect trajectory to the water, and yeah, that was a big spoon. But I was out there catching blues. So I was just throwing probably like I don't know if it was a half-ounce spoon, but throwing that on the 8-footer out there, just working it on in, just steady. And then they were slamming it.
Have you guys seen? I was just looking at this actually just now because I was curious. Have you guys seen the new smart rods?
No, I have not.
Yeah, so apparently
rods.
they are manufacturing fishing poles now that connect through Bluetooth, and they have fish bite sensors in them.
No way.
Oh shit!
And
Talking mushrooms.
it will omit a noise or send an alert to your phone or both if it senses a fish bite, and it has a way to differentiate that sort of movement from from
Like a
tide.
wave or like just general.
Yeah.
That's honestly super interesting. I did not know that was a thing.
I didn't either. I was just now reading about it while we were talking about technology, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of next level. I mean, I don't know that I would buy that because it almost, I'd rather put a damn jingle bell on my fishing pole, to be honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm not opposed to it. I mean, you know how many times that there's been where your back's to, facing the rod, and you're walking back up to your stuff. Yeah, I mean, if you could hear a little jingle, that would help. I wonder if it would get in the way. If that's something else that the line can get wrapped around before you cast. Who knows?
Yeah, but imagine with the smart rod, you have a sensor, and you're walking back. It's you've got some wind noise and some surf noise. You just started walking back over to your cooler. Something takes off with your bait. You don't hear the drag peeling, but this smart rod sensor sends you an alert to your phone or makes a noise at a certain frequency, so hey, I need to turn around.
Right.
See, that's why I exclusively pay someone with an air horn to watch my.
Oh yeah.
To watch my rods, so that way.
Insert video of me like weird running back to my fishing rod, iguana.
Oh yeah, dude! All of us have been sprinting after our stuff, man. As soon as we see it going off, we have all definitely done it.
Take off at a full sprint.
That's before.
Yeah.
We need to go surf fishing again.
I agree. I completely agree. Mike says he's he's getting multiple molds, so he's making his own lures and jigs too, which is pretty awesome. You guys keep an eye out for Get Out the House Go Fish branded lures and jigs. I don't even know if he's selling them. It'd just be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool.
Dallas, I keep hearing you cutting out.
Is it cutting out?
A little bit.
Yeah, your mic's messing up.
You're messing up. Is that better?
I think so.
Okay.
But it's still technical difficulties. You have those on these big jobs.
Yeah. Blame the weather. Those dang storms came in.
Big weather lied to us.
What about now?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. So it
Time-
was probably
time will
just
tell.
The air blowing at my phone.
User error.
Yeah, totally user error, dude. Now I've confined myself into a corner with a
Oh.
pillow in front of me.
Yeah, it's a lot better now.
It's,
Dallas.
it's so
I'm not
much
gonna lie
better.
to you, buddy. I'm not gonna lie to you, buddy. I didn't know how to tell you, but because it happened to me. No, dude, it happened to me.
No,
Me and
no.
Alex have been dying, bro. I'm spilling the beans. I don't care.
Nick, no.
Spilling the beans.
Nick.
Are y'all talking about me in behind closed doors?
Only because. Hold on. Only because I didn't know how to word this. Your
Dude,
S's were sounding like Mike Tyson.
Every time you talked, like we
It
could
would go
hear,
away,
we could
then
hear
it'd come back.
something. We could hear something, and apparently it was that fan or whatever, the air or whatever. But it was fucking up your audio, and I'm just like, what is happening? Like this, he's never sounded like this before. What is going on? And Nick's
They
like,
did that to me.
Nick's like, say something, and I'm like, I don't know how to say something. Hey, Dallas, why do you sound like Mike Tyson? Like, fuck. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. No, it's 10 times better now. It's like you can't hear it
Yes,
now.
it is.
I'm telling you right now.
Dude, every
Next time
time you
we go
said...
fishing,
Dude, that's what it was doing, because it did that to me before, too. Where I was... Literally, Katie was watching it.
He said fifthing.
And then I said, Thor, when you're surfing, like, just... That's not me. And it was doing it. All right, we got to move on.
Sylvester fifthing with us.
you guys are
We're not
you guys
making-
are making fun of me, and I don't appreciate it.
No, we're not making fun of anybody that
Cover the
talks
ears.
like that. I'm sorry, everybody. I folded.
Insert
I
Mike
folded.
Tyson.
God.
Who's gonna win that fight? I think Mike.
Mike for sure.
Yeah, 100% Mike. Oh God.
Unless they, just do it for money. Hey, but that's neither here nor there. We'll see. But surf fishing's been going good, y'all. Like, I know people are asking about, what's biting out there, and what's everybody catching. There's a lot of bluefish right now. They're just schooling down the beach.
Catfish.
Yeah, there are catfish. I caught a catfish, little bonnet head, little baby whiting. So, really, just kind of depends on what baits you're using, and I strongly advise a pompano rig.
Yeah, high low rig.
Two
Yep,
hooks.
yep.
Yeah, that just helps keep your bait off the bottom, so you'll stay away from the old whisker trout.
Honestly,
So-
how much are those Dallas? Because you were looking at the RC boats quite a bit, right?
Yep.
How much do those run?
So it depends.
Just go to Hobby Lobby, or not Hobby Lobby.
Hobby-
Hobby
It
World.
depends. Let's talk about that.
Oh,
Ah,
jeez.
Jesus.
Stop.
So, are you talking like I'm gonna buy a boat from a Hobby Lobby, or not Hobby Lobby, from the hobby
See?
shop, and I'm gonna convert it into something with a quick disconnect, or are you talking like I want to buy one that's ready to go? I can put it in the water today.
Like how much are the ones that are like you buy and they're just ready to go?
Because you can piece them together. I mean, it's always been
Usually-
that way with RC cars.
I saw
Hurricane
them,
hobbies, too. I'll look it
I
up right
saw
now,
them
fellas.
for about $600.
I mean,
And
honestly,
Look it up.
that's like it's got
and that's ready to go. Out the package, charge it up, you're good.
it's ready to go. It's like a 18-inch long boat. It's made for 1 to 3 foot surf, and it's got a 400-yard range on it.
400-yard range?
Wow. Pretty good.
Yep. You use them typically to. I mean, I don't even know how the hell you're gonna see it that far out. But
Yeah, that's the thing, too. You'd have to...
Good
It's like, do
lord.
you have a camera set up with it?
well, I was getting ready to say they make more expensive ones that actually have cameras on them, and
That's
it
insane.
comes with like, how you hook your phone up to your drone on your controller.
Yeah.
They have like a controller like that for the boat, so you can see where the boat is.
That's insane. That's actually insane.
But it's useful because, you know, if you start losing your boat behind the surf and you can see on your camera, hey, I'm not facing the sand,
Yeah,
you
it's
just
like
turn around.
right. Yeah, I'm looking at them here. Yeah, they're like $600. Honestly,
Anybody disconnect? Did I disconnect?
nah, it was just you. User error.
Oh, okay, probably.
There was a disconnect
Oh,
between
no,
the
no.
desk and
Is
the.
it Dallas? Yeah, did we lose Dallas?
I don't think we lost Dallas, did we? Oh, we did.
Looks like it.
We lost Dallas. But yeah, honestly, wait, Tarpon are here. Hold on. Hold the phone. Preferably on an RC boat remote controller. But if the Tarpon are here, dude, that's not bad. I mean, I'd kick in on a RC fishing boat.
Honestly, I mean, they can't be too much. I'm just trying to look on Hurricane Hobbies because it's like right down the street from me.
Well, I'm looking at so they have.
Oh, veteran owned and operated for sure.
What the hell's going on? Did I get booted out of the call?
You dropped
No,
out.
I
It
think
happens. You just
it
drop
does it
out.
to me all the
Yeah, I was
time,
about to
too.
say
I
it
gotta
does
turn
it
my
to Nick
Wi-Fi
all the
off.
time.
Yeah, I gotta turn my dang Wi-Fi off.
TLDR, most people just buy a cheap one and then they add a quick disconnect feature to it,
King's off.
from what I've gathered. But the people that are really serious about it, that go there to like deploy big bait for big fish,
Yeah, you
just spend the
need.
money on the one that's made for it.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, dude! I'm looking at this one. So apparently, like the main one that everyone uses is the RC Fishing Surfer RTR.
Yep, that's the one.
And yeah, it's about $600, $679, and 15 mile an hour boat speed, which is insane. Ooh, it looks like they've updated. Oh, this is a pre-order, so this must be the new version because it goes up to 500 yards.
Yep.
That's
crazy.
insane. The boat is durable in the ocean with 2 to 3 foot waves thanks to our innovative self-righting design. Oh, so even if it flips over,
Yep.
it will flip
flips-
Yeah,
itself.
most of them have something like that. Yeah.
Which one were you looking at? The RTR?
Yeah, I'll link it here.
I was about to ask, is it the one that has the fish finder and the GPS on it?
No, that one's like $1,200. I'm not getting that one.
So you're looking at the one that's 680.
Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
first off, having a boat with a built-in fish finder and GPS is actually insane.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
I'll just duct tape it deeper to the boat that I get. Like it'll be fine.
Now we'll just make a little mount for it. Nice and easy.
Flounder showing up in numbers. Ooh, we might have to take.
I
Nick.
have been seeing that.
We might have to take Nick gigging. He's never been gigging.
I have not. I'd be
Super
down for
fun,
it.
Super fun.
That would be pretty cool, actually.
I know the perfect spot for it too.
You ever been gigging, Dallas?
Yep.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot more than you think.
Yeah, my dad's flats boat will go in 7 inches of water, so we've definitely done some gigging.
Solid. Yeah, I just haven't been
It's like almost as shallow as my kayak.
boats and just doing the old flounder gigs. Sounds
No.
fun though.
No lie, Alex, that boat will go in some water that your kayak will go in.
That's insane.
I'm telling you, we went out to Clapboard Creek over there by Palms Fish Camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
low tide, and we were like damn near in the grass with the boat, and it was still
Lord.
floating just fine.
Dang.
And that was with 3 people on the boat.
Decent. Good to know.
I'm looking at these RC boats pretty heavy now for being.
I-
honest.
we need to get
I'm
that boat over
telling
there.
you,
I mean, I'd kick in on one. Shoot.
I know my dad's supposed to come back up here soon. I hope.
I mean,
Yeah, we're due.
honestly. I mean, I could go see.
Everybody's due.
I could go see who needs brakes at my work and just be like, "Hey, I'll do your brakes, $680 plus shipping and handling." And they're gonna be like, "For the parts," and I'll be like, "No, for the boat."
Yeah, just for the boat.
True.
I've seen a couple different companies out here, but I definitely, I don't know. I thought about going over to the hobby shop over there that's by Builders.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And just taking a look at their boat selection and maybe seeing what I
Okay.
can do about
So
you
it looks like the main thing is just like you just want to have a nice durable like collapses that holds onto your line.
Everybody hold the phone right now. You know what you can buy?
A lot of stuff.
Correct. You know what you can buy specifically for $288.99 on eBay?
what?
It is a remote control warship.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
hold on a minute.
We are not sending a warship out to go surf fishing.
Buddy. No, that's
I was
fine.
about
I'm
to
just
say,
talking
I
about
think
for
Nick
just.
is.
Yo, I don't know what
mean,
this we stuff is. We're not doing anything. I'm doing it.
The USS fish destroyer.
I mean, shoot. It says 4WD. What is that? 4-wheel drive? No. It's not no.
4-winged diamonds. I don't know.
That's just cool. That's just cool.
Oh, speaking of brakes, real quick, you guys. Before I forget, I want to tell you about this. There was a lady at my work who needed brakes done, and I was supposed to do them for her, but she never. It just our schedules didn't work out, so she had somebody else do them for cheaper.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I thought, don't like the sound of that. And I said, well, how much did they charge you? And she said $40. And I was like, that's crazy.
For what now?
For brakes. And I thought, that's crazy. Did you watch them do this? And she said, yeah. And I said, did they torque down all the bolts they were supposed to? And she said, yeah, I think so. And I was like, how did they do it? And she said, with the tire iron and standing on it.
Oh my god.
And I was like,
Yeah, it doesn't really do it.
buddy, chief, pal, friend, Kimosabe.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, you gotta do it better than that. That just won't cut it.
I said, boy howdy, you weren't kidding when you said you knew somebody that could do it cheaper. I said, call me when your tire falls off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorry, I had to tell you guys that. I thought you'd get a kick out of that before I forgot.
Dude, it's just crazy what happens, you know?
I know somebody that'll do it cheaper. I'm like, okay.
It's like it's every time.
Call me when you have to take out your passenger seat to do spark plugs.
Yeah.
I don't think Dallas knows about that. Dallas, did I tell you about that?
I was reading about the spark plug incident.
I did the spark plugs on a 2019 GMC Savannah 3500 cutaway conversion truck. And in order to get the dog box back onto, like in the cab, the only way to do it was the only way to do it without breaking it was to take out the passenger seat.
Oh my god.
I was like, you've got to be kidding me, dude, right now. Like, there's no way this is real life. I was so mad. I got the dog box out without taking the seat out, with a little bit of motivation, but there was no way I was getting it back in there.
Yeah, I heard the motivation.
Yeah, no kidding.
Dude, I was like, working on this forklift ain't so bad right now.
Nick said, what are you doing? I said, taking out the passenger seat. And he said, why? I said, obviously I'm doing spark plugs. Duh.
Duh.
Like,
What
hey
do you
guys.
mean, idiot?
Hey guys, welcome to doing spark plugs. Step 1, take out your seat.
Take out your seat.
That's worse than the Subaru spark plugs. I just got to pull battery and intake. Bam, I'm in there. But I got to have my certain set of tools. Just like you got to have your certain set to get in there. But I bet you, I also only got 4 spark plugs. That'd be 8 in there. I was about to say I could beat you, but yeah. Easy.
Oh, you mean you don't have to pull out the battery and half the fuel lines and intercooler piping?
Oh, what on my intercooler piping doesn't go in that way. Doesn't get in the way over there.
Lucky you.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way that it goes. Oh, that's what I had to do on the race car.
Oh yeah.
Man, there's a lot of RC boats that are self-riding.
I know. I was looking at them. We're
tried to
getting
look,
off.
but whatever I was using just kind of sucked.
We're getting off
for
on a
my
tangent.
search.
You guys want to wrap it up with some questions?
Do it.
Sure.
All right. Well, we try to keep it. You guys, if you guys have watched the episodes before, or listened to them before, you guys know we like to end every episode with a couple questions, and we like to keep it kind of close to the topic of the episode in today's technology. So, what would you guys say is the most used technological advancement that you use for fishing? Like, what do you use the most when you go fishing? Something that is relatively new in the technology world and fishing world that you've really started to incorporate into your daily fishing excursions.
My cell phone.
Yeah, I was gonna say the cell phone's definitely the number one.
Yeah.
All right.
Like realistically, I mean, if we want to dive in, okay, like maybe just specifically fishing stuff. Technology. That's the thing. I'm pretty analog with it.
Yeah, you
Don't
are.
really
Old
need a
man.
whole lot
All right, I will tell
these
you
days.
the Garmin smartwatch.
Oh, nice. So how do you use that? Like for fishing, like the barometric pressure, or?
Everything, dude. I mean, you can get barometric pressure on it. You can get tides on it. You can
Right
get
on your watch? That's awesome.
Yep. You can get temperatures with it.
Pretty decent.
It's pretty solid. I mean, it gives you the wind. It'll actually, and this would only really apply if you could, in theory, be in the water. But it also would tell you the depth of the water.
What?
Yep.
Dang.
Like you just go in a body of water, it tells you how deep it is.
There's
For
like one of y'all told me about that app.
It was my dad, actually.
That's insane. That's awesome.
Yep, those Garmin watches are crazy, dude. They go anywhere from $400 to $3,500, and they
That's
have
a
every
saucy
feature.
penny.
They have every feature you can imagine. And get this, so those smartwatches actually interface with the other Garmin fishing equipment.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
awesome. That's
And-
awesome.
That's nice. That's handy.
I want to go off topic with this so bad, but I won't.
What
They interface with a lot of things.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm gonna say mine is probably the Nautide app, Nautide. The Nautide app. I use that. That's what I give you guys the forecast on. Gives you everything you could need. Tides, winds, weather, forecast. Rain, barometric pressure, UV, sunrise, sunset, high tide, low tide, good times to go fishing, bad times to go fishing, all kinds of stuff. I mean, I use that thing every time we do a podcast and every time I go fishing. That's what I'm checking.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good to
the,
check. Like, oh, you go ahead, Dallas.
the Windy app is also good.
Yes.
Too.
Yep.
I learned that the hard way when we went on our charter last month, and here I was looking at the actual NOAA forecast, and had I looked at the windy forecast, I would have probably prepared a little better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember if I sent you guys the pictures, but 6
Oh,
to
yeah.
8 feet with some 10-footers in there was not ideal.
Yeah. That was a man, and I still haven't been offshore like that, so
Oh, we're
You should
I
just
can't
be-
even imagine.
You guys should just be glad that you didn't come.
Oh,
Sunday would
yeah.
have been great, but Saturday the invite was there, and that
It was a rough one. It was a saucy one.
Well, yeah, I mean, you guys went out with Patrick, right? And ended
Matt.
up having to
Matt, yeah.
with Matt, ended up having to call it because of the surf, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
wanted to
Saturday,
go.
right?
Yeah, that was the weekend we went to Cumberland Island, and we wanted to go offshore, and we didn't even make it out the inlet. And I was like, no, nope.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
made it.
yeah.
We went out through where Concouse is, so you come out right there by Volano,
Right.
and
Yeah,
we
by the
made it
lighthouse.
like, yep, we made it. I'm am gonna assume because it was pitch black when we left, we were probably a mile out, and when we were crashing through the waves, it was just yeeting water across the back of the boat, and I was like, "This is gonna suck."
This
Yeah.
is less than ideal.
I just probably would have hung out inside the boat, sat
It
down
was-
or something.
I just got up top with the captain. I was like, "It's gonna be way more balanced up here."
Smart man.
Yeah, honestly.
Smart man.
Yeah.
What
Hey, Captain, can I come sit next to you?
So
That's
what
exactly what I did.
what so the last question to end on, what would you guys like to see from technological advancements in the fishing community? Like, what's something that you would use and you could see yourself using coming from a technological standpoint for, something that you would use whenever you go fishing that would help you fish? I got something. If you guys need a minute to think, I got something.
Yeah, that's the worst.
I got one right here. Maybe if there was a better, like I don't know, like if you could accurately get a picture with your phone and it measure the fish you catch, no problem.
See, I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the
Because
thing.
game warden rolls up and it's like, oh, you got undersized fish. It's like, no, my app told me it was fine. It's like, I don't care. You're getting a ticket.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't think of anything.
No, I got one. I've been thinking about this for a while, but an app that you can like search different species of fish on, or maybe even take a picture and it shows you, like, hey, we think this is the fish. We think that's a bluefish or a redfish or a croaker, spot, whiting, flounder, spotted sea trout, sand trout, whatever it is.
Right.
And it will give you that fish, and then it will give you a video on how to clean that fish, on how to, fillet that fish. Like, hey, this is the best video, user voted video on how to fillet a redfish or how to fillet a trout, or flounder is one that's a little different. Sheep's head is one that's a lot different. Just different ways, like, hey, like, you've caught a fish that you've never filleted before. Here's how to fillet it. Because I can't tell you how many times I go out with people and we catch fish and we get done. I'm like, all right, cool. You gonna fillet your fish at home? And they're like, I don't know how to fillet fish. And luckily I've had the advantage that I've filleted quite a few fish, and different species multiple times. So I'm able to fillet I would say a good amount of the relatively common species. Any fish that I've caught, I've been able to successfully fillet now.
Yeah, I've definitely gotten better over the years.
Well, it's honestly, it's one of those things that just takes practice, because for me, it was, I want to learn how to fillet tilapia. That was the first fish that I really wanted to, like, I'm going to learn how to do this. And I tried looking up videos. There was no videos. There was no guides. And it was like, oh, go over the rib cage. I'm like, cool. Where's that? Like, it's like, how do I find that? What am I looking for? The first time I did a redfish, I didn't know that I had to look out for their giant scales, and that I, needed to cut down them and cut with them. And, it was definitely a learning curve. But, if there's a guide online, something, or an app or something you can just open up, like, hey, when you are filleting redfish, like, you need to watch out for their scales. You need to, outline your fillet first and then cut through it. Right. It's one of those things I think that would really help.
All right.
That's
actually neat. I have I saw this in a video the other day, and I actually just remembered. I don't know if this is real or not, but I think this would revolutionize fishing.
Oh boy.
See,
Smart lures.
They have
smart
those.
lures. What are you talking about?
Like lures that literally change color, change movement pattern. They emit vibrations and sounds so that they can mimic prey.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, if it had like mini little LCDs on it, or LEDs or something, that
right.
It'd be an expensive one. It'd be an expensive one, but it would be neat.
Very expensive, but imagine
like a shimmer effect on it. Ooh.
Right. You buy one lure, right, and you want to, let's say it's the mullet run, and you want to throw top water. You program it to mimic a mullet. let's say you want to go over to Moultrie Creek and you want to throw topwater, but you're not throwing mullet over there. You're throwing something that looks like a mud minnow. You can make it look like that. I mean, you can change everything about it, but it's one standard shape.
Interesting.
Almost like a plug.
So instead of
It's like a
having to
plug.
so instead of having to buy multiple, lures of the same kind in different colors, you would just have the one lure that would change colors.
Correct, and
That would be cool. That would be really
have
cool.
snap swivels on it or whatever, so you could change your hook. Because obviously, if you want to run it like a plug, you're gonna need to set it up like a plug. But you get the point.
That would be really cool. That would be awesome. I would
think
probably
that
get
would
one.
revolutionize
I could see it.
fishing.
Nobody steal that idea.
You heard it here first, you guys, from the 904 Fishing Podcast. It's now my proprietary investment with Dallas. If you guys want to get a hold of us, no.
Yeah, we're gonna go trademark that tomorrow.
Write that down. Write that down.
I already did.
I'm already on the copyright website.
I'm filling out the forms as we speak.
I already got the signature. Here you go.
There you go. Wait, mine. Wait, hold on. But alrighty, guys. Well, I reckon we're gonna wrap it up there. I appreciate everyone tuning in. I appreciate all of you that commented. Dana and Get Out the House Go Fish. Appreciate you guys commenting and interacting with us. We love going back and forth with the audience. We love talking to you guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them down below. We respond to everything on every channel.
Absolutely.
And if you don't want to ask because you're afraid you'll get made fun of, or you just don't want to give out the information, you are more than welcome to email me at 904fishingflorida@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you. But without any other talking points or tangents, I reckon we'll wrap it up there. You guys got anything else, Dad?
Really about it. Just want to get out there this weekend and do some fishing.
Absolutely.
Yep, I'm looking forward to the Memorial Day weekend. Seems like we should be able to get something linked up, and hopefully we can get a spicy video out.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, I think that might be the goal here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Alrighty, guys. Well,
I could honestly I could film maybe some stuff with my phone.
I'm sure.
My perspective or something.
But
send it to you.
We'll figure it out, you guys. I appreciate you tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time on the podcast. It's going to be every Tuesday, 7 p.m. We'll see you guys next week.
Yep. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate it. See y'all next week.
It's been real.
Thanks for being here, Dallas.
Yep.
Well, we'll have you on many more.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll see you guys.